Up next, the land of the Bible.
We are standing in the city of David. Behind me are the iconic walls of the Old City and the Temple Mount, Mount Moriah, the location which the Bible tells us the binding of Isaac took place and the two holy temples once stood. To the east of us we have the Mount of Olives. Up until 150 years ago, had you asked where is the ancient biblical city of Jerusalem, the universal answer would have been, of course, it's behind us inside the walls of the Old City. That is, up until the year 1867, when Queen Victoria of England wanted to discover the secrets and treasures of the Bible. She sends a man by the name of Captain Charles Warren here to the Holy Land, to the land of Israel, to find those treasures. He comes to excavate in Jerusalem. Where? On the Temple Mount. Except in 1867 the Ottomans are here and they say, Charles Warren, you cannot excavate on the Temple Mount. And so he goes down the slopes of Mount Moriah, down beneath us to the Kidron Valley where he finds the Gihon Spring, the ancient spring. And he begins walking along the flow of this spring, walking through a dark water tunnel. And the torch that he's carrying begins to dance and flicker, and he realizes there must be a natural shaft going up into the mountain above my head. He climbs up this shaft, finds himself in the midst of ancient fortifications and tunnels with antiquities dating back thousands of years. He keeps crawling through the tunnels until he finds himself outside on a ridge in the midst of a potato field. And he comes up with a theory which in 1867 was crazy. He said maybe the ancient biblical city of Jerusalem is not inside the walls of the Old City, but is in fact outside the walls of the Old City, where we're standing right now in the city of David. The last 150 years, this location, the city of David, is the most excavated site in the country, proving beyond a doubt that the city of David is the location of ancient biblical Jerusalem. Where we are standing right now, 10 years ago, was all underground. Our visitor center was directly above our heads. One morning, a woman by the name of Dr. Eilat Mazar, a world-renowned archaeologist, comes into our visitor center and says to us, "You need to move your offices." We asked her why. She said, "King David's palace is located directly beneath your feet." We asked her what made her so certain. People have been excavating here for the last 150 years. She points to a royal Phoenician capital discovered in this location beneath where I'm standing some 40 years ago. She says this royal Phoenician capital proves that this is the location of King David's palace. Why? Because it says in the Bible, 2 Samuel chapter 5 verse 11, King Hiram of Tyre sent envoys to David with cedar logs, carpenters and stonemasons, and they built a palace for David. She comes in together with the Israel Antiquities Authority and begins excavating here, discovering walls 6 to 8 feet thick, with pottery found at the base of the walls dating back to the time of David. Dr. Mazar says this was the royal government center of the Davidic dynasty, the original Capitol Hill. 7 years ago, Dr. Mazar is still excavating here, and she finds an ash layer with antiquities dating back to the period of 586 BCE to the destruction of Jerusalem at the hands of the Babylonians. She discovers something in this excavation that totally changes the way we relate to the Bible and to where I'm standing right now. She found 2 seals, clay seals just like this one, and she says there are names on these seals, and the names appear in the Bible. They both appear in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 38, verse 1. The names are Gedaliah son of Pashhur and Juchal son of Shlemiah. They were 2 ministers of King Zedekiah who said to kill the prophet Jeremiah. Why? Because Jeremiah was prophesying the destruction of Jerusalem. What does this discovery mean? It means that you have faith and you have science coming together, where you have a person being able to believe and to know that the stories of the Bible are true as they happened here in the city of David, ancient Jerusalem.